Hey, what's up, wrestling fans? My name is Big Joe Yarbrough, wrestling's biggest fan by at least 60 pounds, and I'm here with my fellow Viking Raider,
Dylan Pack, and today on This Week in Wrestling, we're going to be bringing you SmackDown, Raw, and we're going to be talking about AEW's first pay-per-view, Full Gear, which was very exciting, and we will get into all of that on this week's episode.
Yeah, all that and more. We're going to be covering This Week in Wrestling, a couple little bits of news, Raw and SmackDown results, and we'll be getting back to you with the Wednesday Night Wars, following up with that. All this and more, like we said, here on the dgenerationxl podcast, where we cover all things wrestling all around the world.
Break it down! Degenerate into something fool. We just got tired of doing what you told us to do. That's a break, boy. Yeah, that's a break, little man. Break it down.
And we're back here at the Generation XL podcast. Thank you so much for checking us out. We are excited for things to come here on the podcast. We got some guests coming up. We are coming off of Full Gear, the first pay-per-view since the TNT launch.
Yeah.
And, man, just we don't want to give any spoilers away, but in one word, Dylan, what would you use to describe Full Gear?
Oh, one word.
A teaser, if you would.
Do I have to use one word? Can I use three words?
One word.
Unique.
Unique. Amazing. I would say enticing.
Yeah.
Enticing.
Those are two great words for the show.
I think so. I think it was an enticing show. But other than that, we're going to get to a couple bits of news. Sin Cara, who is also formerly Unico of WWE, has officially publicly asked for his release from the company. A lot of rumors speculate that he's not trying to make a jump to an AEW, another independent promotion, but potentially pursue a career in MMA. Mm-hmm. And so maybe he'll be joining the likes of Alberto El Patron, who's actually scheduled to fight Tito Ortiz this coming weekend.
What?
In an MMA fight, yeah.
Tito versus El Patron?
Yes, they're going to be fighting in a mixed martial arts fight.
I want to watch that.
Yeah, I think we should watch it. We'll cover it. We'll cover some of that and more. It'll be on Fight TV. I think it's this Saturday, the week before, 2 weeks before Thanksgiving here. And so we hope Sin Cara the best, and hope that this isn't something that he gets held up in his contract, as a lot of these WWE guys, especially after the issues with Saudi Arabia and their talent and how they've been used, and some issues even with just miscommunications. We have the Jordan Miles T-shirt issue. So many people asking for the release.
Oh, man.
And I just really hope that WWE just doesn't just hold on to these guys just to hold on to them. Like, these are people too, their families. These are independent contractors, and they should be allowed to go where they please.
Yeah, the fact that Vince McMahon even has the power to hold them against their will and not be able to leave and pursue the career that they want to be pursuing kind of puts a bad taste in my mouth, but everybody knows that Vince McMahon is all in it for himself.
Yeah, dude, wrestling is independent. If they're independent contractors, they should be treated as such and should be given health care and all those things. And we just hope, again, the best for Sin Cara. But we're going to dive right into WWE as we go over it here. We're going to talk about SmackDown because this week everything was kind of a bummer for a lot of wrestling fans.
Yeah.
Meltzer was pretty heated, as well as a lot of Wrestling
Wow.
Observer, because the fact that WWE SmackDown and Raw were pre-taped in the United Kingdom. Mm-hmm. And so as these events were happening live, WWE was spoiling their own shows online. And so
It's just bad marketing by the social media people. Like, what are you doing?
I don't know why, but there wasn't even the social media people. Their websites are reporting, like, breaking news, spoilers. And, like, you click on it, it's like, this happened. And you're like, oh, well, thanks for telling me so I don't have to watch. But we're going to get into it anyway. We kick off SmackDown with no longer the Constable, but also your favorite hoster at TGI Fridays. King Corbin kicks us off, and he says that the WWE Universe is talking about the NXT TakeOver, which has been a great storyline build up to the Survivor Series, which I'm still excited for. But I don't know about you. I'm not as excited.
They definitely... Since Vince McMahon came back, they've definitely taken a step back from hyping me up for Survivor Series. I don't know, man. I just the SmackDown that NXT invaded really hyped me up, and then that was 2 weeks ago, and then both SmackDowns after that have just been pretty damn dull.
Jeez Louise. I don't think that I agree with you, but I also don't think that they're utilizing there's something I've been noticing. I think that Vince has amazing ideas. I think Vince actually is an amazing idea man. He's a terrible executor. And I think Triple H has some ideas, but he's a phenomenal executor. You know, like Velveteen would probably have more complexity to his character in the hands of Vince McMahon, but his execution and his booking would be awful. But Triple H has not too much complexity to his Velveteen. He's just this enigma, weird thing, but he's got him executed and booked so well that he's so over. And I think that's the difference is that SmackDown in which Triple H ran the show, although it was said that it was a Vince McMahon written show, the execution was there. The run-in with Daniel Bryan, the teasing of Shawn Michaels and him facing off, Adam Cole showing up, the ambush angle in the ring, we built an army, and also Triple H just knows how to talk.
Yeah, Triple H on the mic's always been one of the best. I don't know, man. I don't know if I can agree with that statement.
I mean, you got to give credit where credit's due. I think Vince,
he's obviously been in the business this long, at the top of the business for this long for a reason. But man, it's just been so. And I hate to keep marking on WWE because I don't want to. I want to love the product because more wrestling, the better. The more that I get to cover here on the podcast, and it's just not.
I think it's there. I think his ideas are good. I just don't think they're executed well. And I think
you love Lana Rusev.
I don't. I was in and then I was out. I was the hokey pokey with me, just like she does with Lashley.
Oh, yeah. No, he's in and out of her, yeah.
Yeah. And so she made that very clear.
Yeah.
But we'll get to this. Yeah, Corbin comes and he starts talking and running down Roman Reigns and literally says he's going to make him poop himself or crap himself. And so something about this, he pulls out a doggy poop bags and tells the crowd that they could pick up Roman Reigns' poop and take it home as souvenirs. I don't know if Roman Reigns wrote Baron Corbin's promo, because this had shades of sucker and succotash written all over it and tater tots.
Baron Corbin could be like one of the top guys in WWE. If you really think about it.
He could be the top guy anywhere he goes.
Yeah.
He's got the look, he's got the height, he's got the moveset, he's good. But they just stick him with this crackhead Burger King. And
this is awful. Baron Corbin's gimmick right now is just god awful, and I hate watching it. I hate seeing Baron Corbin on my TV. I like watching him wrestle, but I don't want to hear him talk.
Yeah, it's just, and the things that they're doing for him, it's just not great. From this, we have a backstage segment with Kofi Kingston and Big E, and they're just talking about how they are going to win the tag titles from the Top Guys, the Revival, ahead of Survivor Series, so that they can represent the blue brand in the triple threat of the Viking Raiders versus the Undisputed Era versus the Revival, which at this point probably isn't going to happen because you're thinking those are the three best tag teams that WWE has right now.
Yeah.
The Top Guys are just killing it every time. You've got the Undisputed Era always killing it, and the Viking Raiders are just phenomenal. And their styles together is something that we've not seen in NXT. This is like a first time meeting, and they're going to tear the house down. It'll have shades of Takeover, Mania weekend takeovers in this match.
Yeah.
But we get the New Day versus the Revival. So yeah.
Yeah, and the Revival and the New Day, obviously, we're going to put on a good match. These two are phenomenal tag teams. But Jesus Christ, as soon as you start pushing the Revival, every single time you take them out, and this time the New Day goes over on the Revival.
Yeah, Kofi has trouble in paradise.
To become the new SmackDown Tag Team Championships and insert themselves into that triple threat tag team match at Survivor Series.
So the Revival's out of Survivor Series.
Which is awful. You had such a good thing going with these three teams that you had. And for you to just, I don't understand. I understand. What I do understand is that the New Day is probably their most over tag team in the company. And they need those merch sales. They need all, I get it. But wow, man, you really took away from what could have been the match of the night.
Yeah. Obviously, I totally agree as well. And what sucks is, like, to me, my mindset goes on a pre-show, if you're trying to get the New Day on there, why not on a pre-show have the New Day sitting there saying they want to pick a fight, and they're saying that they're here to represent their brand. They're ready to suit up. They wish they could have beat the Revival and been there, but they trust the Revivals were the better people that night. Support the Blue brand. And could you just picture on the pre-show they're doing an interview thing, and all of a sudden they're just like, yeah, we want to come out there and we just want to fight. And while they're sitting there, they just look off camera, and up comes Montez Ford and Angelo Dawkins all decked out in the red. And just Montez Ford just saying, you want to fight? We want the smoke. And then
I'm in for that.
Exactly. And you got New Day versus Street Profits pre-show, and you can
that match would be great.
Oh, it would be super great. And you could have built to that and been like, man, that's it. And now sorry.
Yeah, dude, I'm over it.
Yeah, after that we get backstage, we get Sami Zayn talking to Daniel Bryan, again teasing the accepting of the invitation, and gives him reasons why he lost to Adam Cole. It's because he didn't accept his offer. And Bryan needs to join Zayn, and he tells Bryan to go talk to Nakamura or Cesaro about what Zayn has done for their careers, and Zayn invites Bryan to see what they can do. Mm-hmm. After that, Heavy Machinery gets to the ring, only to be attacked by what I thought was an exciting segment. We didn't get an NXT invasion. We got an NXT UK invasion, and Heavy Machinery is flanked by Imperium, which I'm...
one of the best factions in wrestling.
100%. And here's the problem, though. Like, I'm really upset because they're in the UK, and I felt like the fans were not popping.
Okay, so I read something about this today. Apparently, the crowds were muted.
Why?
I don't know if it had to do with a pre-taped show. They were trying to, I don't know, maybe make you feel like the crowd was booing when they weren't and cheering when they weren't. But I did read online that the crowd was turned down.
Yeah, I thought there should have been a way bigger pop for Walter and Imperium.
But they don't want you to pop for Walter.
You
see what I'm saying?
You're crazy. You're crazy.
No, I know. I get what you're saying. And everybody probably did pop for Walter.
Yeah.
But they're a heel, and they probably did not want that to... I mean, who did they go up against?
Heavy Machinery. They just took him
out.
Oh,
yeah. See?
And they got flanked by... They got chased out by a bunch of SmackDown people.
Yeah, Heavy Machinery is their baby faces on SmackDown. And they want those guys to be cheered, but that wouldn't have happened on a normal day.
Absolutely. I mean, I get that. I'm just like, man, I wish that there was a little bit more engagement, because it builds better stories too.
Yeah. One of the stories that I'm actually really stoked on right now is the Daniel Bryan, Sami Zayn Nakamura storyline.
Which comes after this. It was really good. They have Cesaro and Nakamura going up against Ali and your boy, Shorty D. I mean, Shorty G, sorry.
Can we just skip this one? Anything with Shorty G, I just don't even want to talk about.
Yeah, exactly. All that happens, though, is Daniel Bryan comes out to watch the match. And Cesaro and Nakamura come up with the win. Nakamura hitting the Kinshasa, 1, 2, 3.
But tell me this isn't good storytelling, finally.
It is good storytelling.
We can talk about a WWE segment that was executed great.
Good burn, slow burn.
Storytelling.
And it's a good slow burn.
It is a good slow burn.
Because we're going to pop off when the yes comes back.
Everybody's going to pop off. It's going to be wild.
Yeah, and it's not rushed. It's super great. And, yeah, I'm excited to see that. We get Sasha Banks versus Nikki Cross. Sasha Banks coming over here after the match. Bayley attacks Cross, and Shayna Baszler again sneaks from behind from the crowd, attacks Bayley. Bank runs back down to ringside to chase Baszler off. Again, the slow burn in SmackDown. We have Sami Zayn again still trying to convince Bryan to join him. The lights go out, and when they come back, the room is red, and the Fiend is standing behind Daniel Bryan. And the Fiend puts Bryan in the mandible claw, and Zayn just runs away. So what's beautiful about this storyline is it's full circle to me, because I don't know if you remember a while ago, when Daniel Bryan was trying to break that glass ceiling, the yes was a big thing, and then he did the no for a while, then he went to the yes, and then they had him join the Wyatt family.
Yeah. And
then he had that cage match with Daniel Bryan, and then finally he just breaks out of his Dickies onesie, and comes back to being and the crowd pops because it's like, yes, we get that Daniel Bryan back. So I'm kind of hoping that they don't necessarily ditch the Nakamura Sami Zayn invitation, but that potentially now that maybe it's the Fiend almost being a face that he brings the yes back out of Daniel Bryan and says, you know, the new Daniel Bryan, he needs to die.
Yeah.
And he forgives, but he never forgets, you know, and just I hope that it goes on with this. Daniel Bryan and the Fiend would be a crazy feud.
But I do want to see Nakamura Daniel Bryan first.
100%.
For the IC title. Ooh. We need to get that damn title off of Nakamura.
Yeah, I looked at the title things today, and I was like, this is just not okay. We have an in-ring segment, and we have a surprise. We have Tyson Fury, fresh off his victory from Braun Strowman. He says he's got a bit of unfinished business with Strowman. Strowman power walks to the ring. Strowman gets in Fury's face, and Fury thanks Strowman for a good fight at Crown Jewel, and they shake hands. Fury says next time they're in the ring together, they should be a tag team. And Strowman says no one is stupid enough to fight them. And the B team comes out. Kind of a cheap pop segment. Axel, yeah, I know. Axel says they're stupid enough to fight them, and then Dallas says that's not what Axel meant. But Dallas adds that everyone knows that the B and B team stands for fearless. Which I thought was great.
Dude, the B team has always been great.
Yeah, and then Strowman knocks Axel and Dallas off the apron. Strowman freight trains Dallas, and Axel Fury knocks Dallas out with a right hand, and Strowman power slams Axel into oblivion. And so
I'm really over Tyson Fury.
Already?
He had his match at Crown Jewel. It was a terrible match. Please stop putting Braun Strowman in these tag teams. I would be so much more happy if Braun Strowman was just in the title picture all the time, because that's legitimately who should be at the top.
You're right. I totally agree. He's just one of those guys. Like, I've heard it said that he's like the 911 of WWE, where he's like 911 in ECW was just so over that it's like you never had to put a belt on him. He was just this big dude, and everyone was cool with him coming out, choke slamming people. But
is him losing to Tyson Fury keeping him over though? Like, it's kind of a chump.
He's going to stay
do,
over, you know? He's going to stay over. He's just a big guy, and he's got a good gimmick and the catchphrases and all that. We then get into something that just was the travesty of the whole SmackDown. We had Fire and Desire, Sonya Deville and Mandy Rose, going up against the long-time tag team, years of chemistry of Dana Brooke.
They grew up together.
Yeah, Dana Brooke and Carmella. And the only reason these two are a tag team was because they were attacked by Bianca Belair. And Bianca Belair just yeeted Carmella over those freaking boxes. And so they go at it, and the smart choice here is that Fire Desire picks it up. They're the tag team. They're going to represent their brand well. And no.
Yeah.
It's Dana Brooke and Carmella going to be joining Sasha Banks in the women's SmackDown team. Dear God, if they win...
What is happening? I get so pissed off because I watch a SmackDown and I'm like, damn, that was cool. Like, I want to watch again. And then I get a SmackDown like this and I'm like, damn, that was not cool. I don't want to watch next week.
Yeah, it was pretty rough. Our main event is it was nice for the fans, a match that they've never seen in the UK and a match that we've never gotten to see. They try to mix it up. We got...
Ever, yeah.
King Corbin versus Roman Reigns.
Yeah, I've never seen this match before in my life. Roman Reigns definitely would never win that match.
Well, he didn't. He lost. He lost clean.
Roman Reigns lost clean to Baron Corbin.
Clean. Basically, what happens to kind of sum up the end of it is Ziggler comes out to the ring, and Ziggler's trying to get involved. Roman Reigns spears Ziggler, and Bobby Roode is there as well. Ziggler and Zood is on the rise here, and so like Roode gets Superman punch, Ziggler gets speared, but then as he turns around, Corbin sneaks up. End of days, 1, 2, 3, pins the big dog.
It's so ridiculous. I'm so over this.
Cool, let's go to Raw, dude.
Yeah, that was awful. Next, what would you give an overall for SmackDown?
I give it a 6 because I like the Fiend. I like how much they showed Daniel Bryan.
6 out of 10.
6 out of 10.
That's all right.
And that was a soft 6.
I think the start and the end of the show is way too important for me to give that a 6.
I mean, that's fair. I'd probably still give it a soft 6, like maybe a 5.8.
I'm a soft 6 watching SmackDown. I'm soft.
A soft 6?
Yeah.
Wow, that's impressive. So anyway,
there's no growing after that. So Monday Night Raw was a little bit better. We started off Raw with Becky Lynch coming to the ring to cut a promo. And once again, Becky Lynch on the mic is just one of my favorites. I love listening to her talk. I think she's great. It's just I don't understand the storyline we're doing. We're trying to put 2 belts on Becky Lynch again or something. I don't know.
She said that she wanted to be Becky 2 belts again, so why not get a redemption on the Bukkake Warriors? The
Bukkake Brawlers.
The Bukkake, yeah.
Oh, my God. Okay.
The massage parlor brawlers.
So for some reason, because all of a sudden Becky Lynch and Charlotte Flair are best of friends again. Did you get that?
Yeah, I did not. I didn't get the memo.
No, you didn't get that?
That must have got lost in my spam when I kept getting emails that Becky Lynch and Seth Rollins were dating.
Yeah, it must have been the same stuff.
Yeah.
So what happened to Charlotte's original partner?
Oh, the one and only Natty.
Yeah. What happened to that?
That tapped out one of the Kabuki Warriors clean.
Yeah, and then she just loses her title shot?
Yeah, she doesn't get a title shot. Charlotte gets it, though.
Yeah, but she didn't win the match.
Yeah.
Yeah, great storytelling. Yeah, you see
For
that?
all you WWE marks out there. Great storytelling.
Awful. Just go home, writers.
Yeah.
So we get this women's tag match between the Kabuki Warriors and then Becky Lynch and Charlotte Flair.
The Wasabi Warriors killing
The
it.
Wasabi Warriors.
That's what she actually sprays in their face. Did you know that?
Wasabi?
It's a mix of wasabi.
No, I'd be pissed. Wouldn't you be mad?
If it's happening to me, yeah. But I guess that's the appeal to it.
So we get Shayna Baszler comes out from the crowd, which I do like. I like that Shayna Baszler is staying around, but they ruined it for me. They really ruined it for me this week because Becky and Shayna Baszler have this exchange. Bayley sneaks up on Shayna Baszler to get the upper hand. Shayna Baszler just like squashes her with a clothesline. Bayley's on the floor like not moving. Becky is distracted in the ring, and Asuka rolls her up 1, 2, 3. The 2 problems I have with this: why is Asuka pinning Becky clean? Well, I guess not really. It was clean.
Yeah. Why is Becky taking the fall?
Why is Becky taking the fall? And why is Bayley getting put on the back burner again? They're literally making Bayley like seem like
2 things. I don't mind Becky getting pinned. Because I think there needs to be some mix of like, okay, you could just super Cena like book her, you know, but I think that the Bayley thing is like you gave this huge pop and turn with the Fox debut and all this stuff, and following the Fox debut, and you're killing it.
For one day, Bayley was the biggest heel in wrestling.
Yeah,
and you've ruined it.
You threw in the Lions Den with the Miz, and then you did this.
Yeah. It just doesn't make any sense to me. That's your SmackDown Women's Champion, and you're treating her like she's a jobber.
Yeah.
Like she has no part in this match, but the match is actually between Shayna and Becky. It just doesn't make absolutely any sense to me.
Yeah, it does make sense. We go on now to something else that does make sense. Someone that just recently asked for the release, Sin Cara, goes out there against Drew McIntyre, in which...
Sin Cara won, right?
Oh, yeah. The guy that just asked for his release, clean, yeah. He did his finishing move. You know
what is it? The 619, right?
That's actually the 916, the Sacramento area. Drew McIntyre just beats the crap out of Sin Cara.
Yeah, beats him with a Claymore kick, pins him 1, 2, 3. Just a jobber match for Drew McIntyre for I don't know why.
Yep, just to make him look strong for whatever reason. Then we get Eric Rowan doing some of Mice and Men crap here, looking at some damn...
Looking inside of a cage.
A cage saying something super pretty.
Wow, you're so precious in there. Like, you're so cute. Oh, my God. Blah, blah, this and that and the other. Then we get... Next, that was it. Just him talking to a cage, telling that whatever the hell was in the cage, that it was cute and cuddly and shut up. Like, who? Okay.
It better be like a severed head.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I hope it is. I hope it's something creepy. Next up, we have the 24/7, 7-Eleven, 48/7 United States European Hardcore Television Championship. Yeah, that one being defended against the Singh brothers in a handicap match.
Which makes no sense in the rules, but when has this belt ever made sense?
No, it hasn't. They're kind of losing me on the 24/7 belt. I was in for a long time.
Because R-Truth is so good.
Yeah.
And then you had such a great thing with Drake Maverick and the consummating of the marriage. And like, you had so many sick things. And then you even threw Carmella in the mix. And now you're just like, let's just throw these Bollywood boys in. And you're like, okay. So what happens this one is, surprise, surprise, we don't get a finish. They run away, and they run to the back, and they're hiding from R-Truth, and they get into a room, and it's dark, and they're like, okay, we got away from him, which doesn't make sense because the fact that there's a camera guy in there.
Yeah, just chilling.
Just chilling. He's like, I'm just here. So then they turn the lights on, and they find themselves in the dark room with Eric Rowan and whatever's in that cage. He beats the crap out of them. R-Truth comes in and goes.
Which is the best part of this
the whole
little segment.
R-Truth coming in going, looks like y'all need some privacy. I'll get the lights for you. Like,
and then walks out.
And close lights, and then they're shouting like, help us all, help us, Truth. And they just starts beating the heck out of him. And so, that was pretty...
So then we had, after that, we had Eric Rowan actually come out.
Yes.
And he has this cage covered in a cloth, whatever. He sets it on the announcer's table. And then...
he tells Vic Joseph and Jerry King not to look.
Don't look at it. Don't touch it. Gets in the ring,
no
and he's up against
Jerry.
the Jobber. Jobber got an announcement, though. Sanar something.
Yep.
Eric Rowan squashes him, goes out of the ring, grabs his cage, yells at the announcers, saying, did you look at it? No. Grabs the cage, walks out. We don't know what's in the cage. Are you excited about looking at this?
I'm a little excited. I'm going to be disappointed, I know.
Yeah.
But I told him, I said, the only thing that would be super sick is if he's in there and it's Swoggle. It's like if he pulls it out, I'm like, he had a whole damn person in there.
And he was just fucking...
swinging, swinging around. We get to what I thought was one of the most appreciated from at least the live thing, unless it was muted. We get Mr. Burn It Down himself that has no belt, which means he has no gimmick. Now leading the charge out of nowhere that he's now the leader of Team Raw, and he's going to reveal his team before anyone, which how smart that is, I don't know. But he doesn't care because he's
so confident.
He's here to burn it down. He lets us know that because he says it every single time. So here he is burning down the mic and burning down the UK.
And my heart.
And burning down the whole company and its writers. And he's coming down to burn it down. He says that Triple H knew exactly what he needed to do to burn it down. And he needed to go back, look to his past where he burned it down.
And there's nobody better than Seth Rollins at burning it down.
Yeah, so then he says exactly that. And I'm going to lead the Team Raw in the Survivor Series, and Raw's going to
burn it down. Yeah.
And then he says, I'm here to pick a fight with someone in the back. I want the UK's best. I want to prove that Raw's going to be the one to burn it down. So whoever's in the back, come and get burned because you're going to get burned down.
Down, yeah.
Yes, burned.
We're going to burn you.
Yeah.
Down to the ground.
To burned. And I don't know if he gets paid every time he says it.
Yeah, it's like a Hulu has live sports. Hulu has live sports.
Yeah, exactly.
The money keeps flying at him.
Yeah, I don't know what that is. But what I thought was a sick pop again is for the second show in a row, we get an interruption from Imperium, and we get an official match from Walter. And that orchestra, dude.
And his mic skills are great.
Yeah, Walter is great. That mat you stand in, we're here to bring honor to it. That you sitting there with your dirty feet, disrespecting it with your shoes, like you didn't even brush your feet in there. Like he just like continues this Imperium, the mat is sacred whole thing, and I love it. And so we get a match here with Walter and Rollins, and I'm excited because I want to see Walter. You know, we was seeing Daniel Bryan lose to Adam Cole clean was such a big shockwave for the NXT universe, and to have Walter, who's this dominant, undefeated, just beast of a man with chops like thunder. I want to see him light up Seth Rollins. We get a bunch. I'm thinking, how many chops do you think Seth's going to take? You think he takes 20, maybe 30, and then chops him back? Does Walter no-sell the curb stomp? I think that Walter's going to hit a curb stomp, no-sell it, chop him, and powerbomb him. 1, 2, 3, maybe a submission because Walter could do some submissions. And he takes one chop.
No, Seth had to burn it down.
He burned it. He burned the chops. That whole idea, he said, it's a great idea, Walter, but let's just burn it down. And you're going to chop me one time, and then it'll be here's my idea. It worked for me and Bray really well. Let's just do it a DQ. no contest. Because I think the fans really love it. People were talking about it.
Yeah, people really love no finishes.
Yeah, and so after that match, it seemed like it was going to be over, but then somebody must have called Triple H or whoever was running Gorilla Position, pretending to be Vince McMahon, and said like, "Hey there, playa. Trips,
burn it down.
burn it down. Yeah, good, such good crap. Yeah, go ahead and make this a tag team matchup between the Street Profits and Kevin Owens out of nowhere.
Yeah,
and Mr. Burn It Down and all them white boys."
Yeah, let's have a match. Yeah, where we burn it down.
And then that's what they did. They burned it down. I will say this though, the match was great. There was good spots. There was a little bit of like some shaky starts, feeling each other out, but man, just some good wrestling from all these guys. Seth Rollins still performing well. Kevin Owens just comes in hot. His hot tag was great. Just super kicking people. He steamrolls over, I think it's Fabian Archer. Oh, no, it's Marcel Bartel. And then he comes in, just super kicking everyone, hits a stunner on Fabian Archer. Just a good ending sequence, and it made Raw look strong. I get it. But I feel like you're in the UK. You might want to have Imperium walk out looking strong, especially since they're not going to be at Survivor Series, I don't imagine. So
I hope they are.
I don't imagine so. But
No, probably
I'm hoping
not.
that that's what would happen. So, yeah.
So Seth burns it down.
Burning it down.
He was right.
Every time the down. So then we get the man that charisma forgot, Cedric Alexander, going up against Andrade with Selena Vega. And, that's going to be a win for Cedric, right?
Yeah, Cedric goes over clean.
No, Andrade wins the distraction of Zelina Vega. The only thing that was kind of cool of this night that actually got my interest a lot was Aleister Black, his segment.
That got you?
That really got me. You didn't hear him?
I heard him.
He says that he wants to speak in prophecies and he knows a secret. And anyone whose secret he knows can come knock on the door and pick a fight with him. And so, that was, I thought that was really good.
Yeah, it was very, very good. I'm not a fan. I mean, I need them to just jump into the storyline already. I'm tired of these backstage promos.
Yes.
Somebody knock on this dude's door.
When it happens, it's going to be great.
Yeah.
For this next segment, I'm going to step out. I'm going to let you take this one. Dude.
You got it. I got your back, baby.
I can't do this anymore. I'm a married man and a family man, and I just can't watch this happen. So this is all you, dude.
You got it.
You go ahead, dude. I'll be back.
Not a problem. So next up, we actually had your favorite Rusev and Lana storyline. Everybody's favorite storyline of the year, I'm guessing. Lana comes out to the ring to have an announcement. She has an announcement. But if you were like me and you were on Twitter at all, you saw that the announcement was that she was going to be pregnant. Shocker. I didn't expect that at all in this storyline. So she comes out to the ring. She's very awful on the mic. We still have not addressed the loss of her Russian accent. But she cuts this promo, jumbling over her words, not delivering anything at all to par. Saying that she's pregnant. She's been pregnant for 9 weeks. But the first time that she slept with Bobby Lashley was 7 weeks ago. So if any of these UK idiots can do math, is words from Lana, that everybody would know that that's Rusev's baby. Rusev being this lying, deceitful, cheater, all these things are just ridiculous. And, of course, Rusev's music hits. He comes down to the ring. They have an exchange. All to find out that Bobby Lashley comes out, beats down Rusev. I don't understand why they're doing my boy like this, but Rusev gets his butt kicked. Lashley and Lana walk back up the ramp, and Lana, you can hear in the camera, says, "Oh my God, Rusev actually believed that I was pregnant. Lord, please let this storyline be over.
Stop.
I pray that this storyline be done.
Please be done already. I'm done with this.
That was the end of Raw, I think.
Yep, that's it. That was it. That's how Raw ended there.
Yeah, I'm over this. Please stop. We end the show with them just sucking each other's tonsils out.
That's Raw. I'm done. I don't want to talk about it anymore.
Okay, yeah.
Let's get into, if you're finally joining us, welcome to dgenerationxl podcast. We are wrestling's biggest fans. Let me edit that. AEW's biggest marks by at least 60 pounds. We are coming.
This is true.
This is very true, and you know what? I'm out and I'm proud. Okay.
Yeah, I'm proud to be an AEW Mark.
I am. Yeah. Hello. I'm Mark.
But I'm also Mark.
Nice to meet you,
That's
Mark.
weird.
Yeah, Marcus. Yeah, Mark.
I burn it down.
I shut up. Get out of here. We're gonna go as quick as we can through this, but also trying to cover it because there's a lot, and we want this video to be of timely. So, you probably fast forwarded in our comments here or in our description. We have a link to fast forward to AEW, and so welcome here to the real segment. Here, if you were just sitting there going, "I saw what I saw," and I don't want to talk about it either. Well, welcome to Full Gear. First off, set. Amazing.
We actually get a set, and I'm sorry that we are so excited now and not through the whole 30 minutes of the beginning of the video, but damn, this set was tight.
I love sets. I love themes. I like it all. We get Britt Baker versus Bea Presley. Great build-up. First of all, this whole show, the countdown to Full Gear, the pre-thing they have, great.
Yeah.
Makes you more invested.
It makes it kind of, what it does is it wraps up all the storylines finally.
Yeah.
And it's really nice for me because we actually get a video package of every single thing that's happening on the pay-per-view.
Yep.
And we get a closure, and then the pay-per-view is the actual ending. So Bea Priestley and Britt Baker put on a match, and it's actually a great women's match. We actually have a good women's match for the first time in a while. As you know, me and Joseph are not very big fans of the women's division of AEW. Which is fine. People can have opinions. I think that the women in NXT and WWE are head and shoulders above AEW. But Bea Priestley and Britt Baker actually knocked it out of the park with this one. Their promos before the match were absolutely stellar. These two women know what they're doing in the ring and are just going to get better from here. These two put on a great show, like I said, and Britt Baker goes over with the lockjaw submission maneuver. Next up, to start off AEW's Full Gear, we have Santana and Ortiz, also known as Proud and Powerful, going up against the Young Bucks, Nick and Matt Jackson. They give these guys time to work, so it did start off a little slow with some chain wrestling, some rest holds, some hammer locks, and it eventually does pick up towards the middle and towards the end. I see my boy Santana getting a bunch of flack for his sell on the super kick, floppy fishing it, remnants of JTG when he gets what is that stupid move? Who is it? What is his name? It doesn't matter. JTG. There's a video going around. I'm sure you see it. Of him doing a sell just like this. And we've got a special guest on the podcast today.
Joining us here for the first time, it's wrestling's second biggest fan by at least 6 pounds. Big Sonny Yarbrough here.
Big Sonny Yarbrough.
He also watched Full Gear with us, and big wrestling fan, and he heard us talking about Full Gear, and he was like, I got to get on
I got to get on this podcast and talk about it with my boys. So you're very welcome. You're always welcome here at the dgenerationxl podcast.
Appreciate it, Uncle Dylan.
Santana and Ortiz versus the Young Bucks was a pretty good match. It went a long time. I was just talking about the oversell from Santana when he got super kicked. And
oh, I loved it. He was doing the whoa. Amazing. It was amazing. I thought it was great. I know that some of these matches kind of what were expected. I felt that the tag match would be a little bit more fast-paced, but still, it was great.
It ended on a fast note, but it definitely didn't start fast at all. They definitely needed the time to work it out.
A match that I thought kind of started picking up, I thought it was going to pick up, that was Hangman versus Pac.
Yeah, Hangman and Pac was definitely one of the highlights of my night. These two work well together. They're going to have a rubber match coming up because
on Wednesday.
Hangman Page actually goes over here with a dead shot.
Yeah,
Or the Deadeye.
Deadeye, yeah. So the buckshot. Great match. It was a great segment of things. Nice wrestling. Not a ton of spot fest. It was good storytelling. It was an A+.
Good storytelling in this match because of Hangman actually predicting the low blows that were coming because Pac's a bastard.
Yeah, he's the bastard.
So Hangman scouting those out, really bringing you back to when Pac did hit him with a low blow. Hangman was very smart this time.
Ring awareness.
Ring awareness. You can't teach that. Next up, we had Sean Spears, the chairman, with Tully Blanchard, going up against the bad boy, Joey Janela.
We love the bad boy, don't we?
We love the bad boy.
If they made White Claws in bottles, I don't know what that is, but I'd probably like it.
This was a good match. It was kind of an old school match because Sean Spears is an old school kind of wrestler.
And he tweets about it too. Like, I'm not here to entertain. I'm not here to do flips.
Yeah.
I'm cashing checks. That's what they pay me to do.
They hit a nasty pile driver on the ground with Tully Blanchard spiking him on the feet.
Yes.
Loved it. This match was a good match.
Sean's picking up wins.
Yeah, Sean is finally picking up wins, which is good because I was a little worried about him because he was he came in with a huge pop and then they kind of just stalled him out.
Down. Yeah, I did feel like this match did slow down still. This is where I felt like it was a start and stop in this full gear.
Yeah.
Whereas, there was this little bit of some clogs in the gears, if you will, because it was like this came out of nowhere at the expense of Joey Janela, who's been getting a lot of like TV time, and then all of a sudden here comes Sean Spears. But yeah, I thought it was great.
Next up, we had the AEW World Tag Team Championship match. The Lucha Brothers going up against SCU, the champions, going up against Private Party. And this match was actually not as good as I thought it was going to be.
We thought it was going to be the match of the night. We were wrong. Not just because it did not deliver. We didn't deliver to the expectations that I imagined it would be. And there was other matches that really just captivated.
Real quick, I saw something on Facebook today, and it hurt me at first because I'm an AEW mark, and I'm like, oh, how dare you talk about my tag team division like this? But their criticism was, like, all of these tag teams kind of have a similar wrestling style. So you don't really get any unique matchups. Like, everybody's doing high flying, everybody's doing spots. And the more I thought about it, the more I kind of thought, like, that's kind of true. Like, they're doing different maneuvers, but the style of wrestling is relatively similar.
It's more Lucha Libre based.
Yeah,
like.
so they said one thing they would like to see in the tag division of AEW was a real beefy, hard-nosed tag team, kind of like the Revival. But like a tag team or a couple tag teams like that, I think would really round out the division. I'm in love with this division. I think they're fantastic. But I would like to see kind of a bruiser tag team.
No, I agree. To me, though, bruiser tag teams are so, and I use this word in a negative context, they're so cornet. They're so, like, beefed up, tan. My name is Ted Tallahassee, coming to chain wrestle for 6 minutes with some rest holds in between, and I'm going to throw you in the corner and shoulder tackle you for about 2 minutes of the match, and then look at the referee and kind of push him around and really work the crowd and talk about how this is some dumb town, and I'm from a real town, and I think that's so dumb. And so
yeah, it's awful.
I think that like someone like the Revival is personified better than Cornette because there's storytelling and great matches. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I did feel like this under-delivered, but we do get SCU defending their titles against two elite tag teams.
Yeah, and they come out on top with a roll-up, though, right? Wasn't it a roll-up?
No, I think.
No, they finished with the SCU later.
The SCU later.
Who'd they go over? They went over on Private Party.
Private Party took the pin, which is good. Why they were in the match, so Lucha Brothers stay strong.
Yeah, which is good.
We came to this part, and this was very low.
Yeah, it was very low. This Riho, the champion, the AEW Women's Champion, going up against her teacher. I don't know how she was teaching Riho because this woman doesn't know how to wrestle. Emi Sakura or Freddie Mercury.
Yeah, Sakura.
Yeah, Emi Sakura.
Yeah.
We're not a fan, but that's okay because we're entitled to our opinions. This match was not good at all up until the last 2 minutes.
They did like that cool chain wrestling, exchanging of pins, and Riho gets the win. The only problem to me was that, man, it just felt like it went on too long.
It was just way too long.
Yeah.
But I do like that they're giving them time to work, giving them a chance to really show their skills. Just they need skills first.
Yeah, that was a rough one. But
don't confuse me. Riho, I think, is a great champion. I think she's a great wrestler. Just we need to put her with talent that's going to perform to her level.
Yeah, I would honestly. Here's the only thing that's probably unpopular as a mark as well. I would say, I feel like Riho is just a placeholder. She's
for somebody else.
For somebody like an Awesome Kong, a Brandy Rhodes, a Penelope, or even an Allie or Britt Baker's and Bea Presley's. Like Bea Presley can really wrestle.
Yeah, she's great.
Like she'd be a better heel wrestler for a while. So.
Next up, which was not the main event, which was
surprising,
but
also not surprising because technically the last match had to be lights out, unsanctioned.
Mm-hmm. So we had the AEW World Championship match against Cody versus Chris Jericho.
Le Champion, Chris Jericho.
Yeah, that guy. So this was actually my match of the night.
This was match of the night for you?
This was match of the night for me because of the storytelling.
Yeah, amazing storytelling. Cody really kicked this story in a full gear, lack of a better term.
Wow.
By giving his own version of the hard times like his father with calling out the shoot on Jericho. Really pushing the fact that I need to win this. I'm not just a company guy. If I don't win the belt, I'm never going to fight for the AEW championship ever again. They had 3 judges at ringside, illustrious judges: Dean Malenko, Arn Anderson, the Great Muta.
Yeah, this was awesome.
This was all set up for greatness. We had Jake Hager in Jericho's corner, MJF, Cody's best friend, in his corner, and dude, these guys put on a match.
Jericho always impresses me. I don't understand it.
Cody really impressed me.
Cody impressed me because of what happened during the match. If you didn't watch the match, Cody did a tope suicida over the top rope onto the ramp side of the ring and just smacked face first into the steel, gashed his eyebrow wide open, and the referee was actually trying to stop the match. But you could physically hear Cody in the camera going, "No, I'm not done. I'm not done. I'm fine. Let me wrestle."
See, I heard that he planned on doing it.
Really?
That he's like, I'm going to hard style bust my head.
There's no way that he planned that.
I think he did. Whether he did or didn't, that's what makes it great.
Yeah, whether or not, it doesn't matter. It happened.
Because it made a story of like, oh my gosh, is this going to end? And he made it seem like I can't because I got to win it. So part of you thought, oh, he has to win because he wasn't willing to stop the match.
Don't harp on me, but it almost reminded me of when Steve Austin, blood running down his face, just wouldn't tap out.
Exactly. And so here we get an amazing sequence between the two guys, and Cody gets locked into the walls of Jericho, and out of nowhere, he looks like he's fading. He looks like he's not responding. And then we see a white towel get thrown in by MJF. MJF throws in the towel.
He doesn't want to see his best friend in any more danger. Cody's already put his body through enough.
Great storytelling.
MJF, as being a best friend, just couldn't watch anymore, couldn't see his friend suffer like this. So he throws in the towel and gives up for Cody.
Yeah. So this is rough because Jericho walks away with all his inner circle all celebrating with a little bit of the bubbly. And we see Cody in the ring, and people are just kind of shocked. Like, I can't believe it. MJF is on his knees saying, "I'm sorry, I just couldn't see you hurt like that." Crying. And then Cody just is torn. He's like, "But I didn't give up. And he tells the referees, like, "I didn't give up. Like, he doesn't speak for me," kind of thing. And he gets up, and then when MJF gets up, he taps him on the shoulder, like, "You know what? It's okay.
We'll figure it out, man." And MJF, what a mother effer, dude. As Sonny would say, MJF kicks Cody right in the diaper.
Right in the diaper.
Right in the diaper. Right where you don't want to be hit.
Boom.
Cody got hit right in the crown jewels.
Right in the Saudi Arabias.
Yeah. And MJF finally had a proper heel turn from Cody. Obviously, he was already heel, but finally has this proper heel turn from Cody.
It says, "It's my time."
It's my turn. It's my turn now. Absolutely great. We all knew it was coming.
Slow burn, but so good.
Still got me popping. MJF actually walks down the ramp, still yelling at Cody.
Not even yelling; he's just walking away.
And MJF, as he's walking out, one of the fans with a full bottle of something or a full cup of something throws it at MJF.
Soaks him.
throws food at him. We don't know if this was staged. I don't care if it was staged. It really put an emphasis on how much people hate MJF.
Yeah, and I think he knew. I told you, I think he knows he did a great job because after that, he didn't respond. He's like, hey, get that guy out of there. Like, get it in his face. He just sat there and smiled like, I did it.
I got him.
I got all these idiots. And I thought that was great. We get then right after that. That was an A+, A+, A+. We get to my match of the night. I had to put my son to bed because I was ready for a good old-fashioned CZW meets, one-night stand bloodbath. And I got worse. And I loved every second of it.
The popular opinion on this match was that people didn't like it.
They're idiots.
I agree with you. I loved this match.
You're an idiot because you don't understand it's an unsanctioned match. So these two have never actually faced off, technically, but you get a whole new style of wrestling that all these wrestling fans have been not exposed to. Call it garbage wrestling. It's freaking storytelling. Jon Moxley, the character Jon Moxley, is known for his CZW death matches. This guy was put in a cage and told to fit this quota of be a chain wrestling lunatic, and he just didn't understand that. He leaves one company, comes somewhere where they promise him he can be who he's supposed to be, then tell him, because of who you are, we can't sanction matches because you're too dangerous. He gets mad and he says, I'm going to make sure that he pays for it because you're putting us in a match that's supposed to be my gimmick. I'm going to make it my gimmick. And did he deliver?
Boy, did these two deliver.
You're an idiot because if you didn't like this, Jon Moxley picks up the victory, but dude, you still have a good match to build up to of just a clean, sanctioned match between Jon Moxley and Kenny Omega.
Yeah, and I think Kenny Omega will eventually go over in that match. But wow, these two, like from the board with mousetraps on it, from the gimmick, the bat with barbed wire and the broom with barbed wire, which were very real barbed wire if you didn't know.
Yeah, he got a piece of Jon Moxley in the neck, and
he's just blood everywhere.
Broken glass shards. If you don't like storytelling, the glass shards from the broken table, which he was broken through, and he puts him through it. You have Moxley tries to stab him with a screwdriver, an ice pick.
Yeah.
Then they go up the ramp. Kenny Omega's going to this dark place and says, bring it out. The Young Bucks and all the elites say, we don't want to bring it out. Just call it, Kenny. You don't want to go there. And he goes, bring it out. They bring out this bed, this spider web of barbed wire, and they both go through it, trading these finishers to like knock each other into it. And instead, they both suplex each other into it. They're dying there, and they come out of it. They're not done. Kenny goes to V-trigger Moxley through one of the set pieces, and Moxley's the first to his feet.
Yep.
Comes into the ring. He starts cutting the whole apron like he's the damn ring crew, exposing the boards. Omega tries to hit a Phoenix splash.
Crashes and burns harder than I've seen in a long time.
On boards, on the pine boards. And then Moxley just plants him with the paradigm shift. One, two, three. Amazing match. I don't care what you say. And I love how Jon Moxley, his storytelling is great. He's talking crap to Kenny Omega. Say something now. And even when the match starts, they start wrestling, and then he rolls out the wing and looks at the camera almost to jab at the people who were going to criticize and says, how about some garbage wrestling, huh? You want some garbage wrestling? Let's do it.
Yeah.
And he's almost taunting him, saying, like, you're saying my art's not an art. I'll show you because you're watching. And I love it. Jon Moxley's the best thing. He's a star. He's a star. He's a star. He's a star.
Yeah, this match was definitely an A+ for me.
Yeah.
What did they give it?
Let's see here. Bleacher Report gave it an A+. I don't know. As I would say, I agree with them. This had some expectation, and like I said,
here's the thing: I do not want to see this every week.
No.
I don't want to see this at every pay-per-view. Nope. I want this to be.
Here's the thing: I would. That's only me personally, but not for main event and Moxley Omega. I'd like to see Joey Janela and Jimmy Havoc and all those deathmatch guys go at it.
I don't know. I just feel like this gimmick needs to be brought out when it's like the end of the road. Nobody can get an upper hand. Like this is the end of a feud. That's
true. I could see that, but I'm one of those. I like the garbage wrestling. I would actually be super stoked if they brought out a new mid-card title that was
like a hardcore title,
like the unsanctionable title. This match
That'd
can
be
only
sick.
that match can this title can only be defended.
The lights out title.
Yeah, the lights out title, or like this match only can like this belt can only be defended in unsanctioned lights out matches.
I'd be in for that.
Anything goes. Just know you're getting into a war.
Yeah,
and I think that's cool because it's like I could see wrestling, and you have the ability to get guys like an MJF to win the belt and never use garbage wrestling and just be like, it's stupid. I'm the best guy, sanctioned, unsanctioned. Like there's so many stories you could get someone to go with this. You can get a Dustin Rhodes saying, this is my, if I hold on to this belt, as long as I hold on to it, I still got a job and I'm still not done. And he's just out there getting bloodied every single week. You're like, I freaking love it, dude.
Yeah.
So
Full Gear was a fantastic show.
What do you
a
give
little
it?
bit of rough. I give it an 8.
I give it an 8 as well. I give it an
Yeah.
8.2. Really, and the extra 2 is just like that last ending was just
No,
like,
it has to be a straight 8 for me because of the women's title match, and the confusion I have about Brandy Rhodes and Awesome Kong.
I give it 8.2. I give the 2 because the full gear set. The set was really great, and the production just keeps getting better.
Yeah, I'm absolutely amazed with what they're doing. I really hope that a lot more people can just hop onto this and enjoy it just as much as we do. Wow, I'm actually absolutely blown away. I cannot wait until Wednesday. We've already got some matches that we know are going to happen on AEW. NXT will probably be a great show as well. I hope that it's closer because I love just watching great wrestling.
Same.
So if both shows are above par, then I'm a happy camper.
Absolutely. And maybe we've been discussing too, doing some more videos. Like and subscribe, and in the comments, let us know what you think about This Week in Wrestling and what else you'd like us to cover. We're thinking about doing some more segments. We're going to have some guests coming up for Survivor Series and some for TakeOver as well. And we're going to be hopefully live streaming some of those pay-per-views as we watch them with our guests. And even possibly covering NWA Power, which is something that we've been really falling in love with.
Yeah. NWA Power is taken my heart. Some of the
Studio
old school
wrestling's back.
Yeah,
dude.
some of the old school wrestling that I didn't really get to watch as a kid. I'm kind of trying to get to relive those moments that everybody enjoyed back then. I get to kind of enjoy them in a new light now. So I'm going to take that full opportunity and delve into that and just enjoy it for the product that it is.
Awesome. Sonny, what do you have to say? Couldn't have said it better myself.
Same.
Well, my name has been Big Joe Yarbrough. This is Big Sonny Yarbrough.
And I am Dylan Pack. And here at the dgenerationxl podcast, we very much appreciate you supporting us and watching these videos, liking, comment, and subscribing. And to close off, we here at the dgenerationxl podcast, of course, bring you all things wrestling all around the world. Thank you for tuning in, and we will see you on Wednesday for the Wednesday Night Wars.